Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can Fly. I know it's been a while, but a rare Wednesday upload. Let's go!
Perfect.
I want to thank Brother Anderson. Brother Anderson, by the way, congratulations on getting your pilot's license. Man, look, you need to knock the dust off of that thing and it's time to start flying. You got that new shiny pilot's license. Let's go. But at any rate, thank you, Brother Anderson, for this suggestion. I hope I do this topic justice. Okay, so I haven't done a Wednesday upload in a while, just because I've really been, getting into like these YouTube shorts and trying to provide short form content, reintroducing some of my old bad videos, but just to bring people back up to speed on like where I am now, that I've got a license. One of the things I will say before I jump into the subject of this video is, should pilots have insurance? Insurances? Short answer is heck yeah. But I'll get into the reasons why I think so, and other people can chime in. But I have two goals. One, I want to start flying a low wing aircraft just to kind of round out my experience. All my flight time pretty much has been in high wings, so Leading Edge Aviation here at Doylestown, they have some high wing, of course they have high wing because I'm flying them, but they have some low wing aircraft that I want to start flying. A couple Piper Archers, I think a Piper Arrow, just to kind of round up my experiences, and just to kind of see what that's like, number one. Number two, my other goal is in 2023, good Lord willing, I am getting my instrument rating. Yes, you heard it, I am committing. And see, when I commit to you folks, it makes it real. Until I do that, I usually just kind of like, go off on my own and stuff. So I'm really beginning to hit the ground school a little harder. The first thing I want to do is get that written out of the way. So anyway, the subject at hand, should pilots have insurance? Let's start with life insurance first. Heck yeah. Everybody should have life insurance. I mean, that just goes without saying. Here's the deal, not to be morbid, but funerals are at least $15,000. I mean, and that's just basic. And I don't even know if that's just, the casket and, or if that's even cremation or whatever. But the latest figure that I heard was $15,000. Now, if you have other expenses, you still have a child in college, you still have a mortgage, you still have those type of responsibilities. That's the whole point of life insurance. And here's the thing, not to be morbid, aviation is great, but things do happen, and it is always a possibility that this thing that we all love can end in a way that none of us wants it to end. But it is always a possibility. And even if it's not even aviation related, it could be anything. As you can see, random things can happen. There was just a hurricane in Florida like last week, and so it's just crazy. I mean, so to not have life insurance, I think, is just not a good idea at all. You want to make sure that you've got your family covered, that they're able to deal with your final expenses. Last thing you want them to do is be trying to figure out how to do the most difficult task they're going to be asked to do, which is to mourn your loss and to do this final act, in terms of your physical presence on this planet. So everyone within the sound of my voice on this video, your life insurance should be on deck. I don't care if you are 18 or 80. Should be some sort of life insurance, on deck. Now, of course, for some of my more seasoned brothers, maybe you don't have the mortgage, maybe your kids are already through college, all that kind of stuff. But there should be some small policy, even if it's a nominal amount, to at least defray the expenses of your last rites. Whatever they are, however they look, you don't want that to be a financial burden on your family. So life insurance, absolutely crucial. Quickly dispatch with that. Yes, life insurance. Now, other insurances. Now, I rent aircraft from Leading Edge Aviation. I have a renter's insurance policy. No, I do not like spending the money on that policy. I don't. Here's the thing. There is always a possibility. What's up, man?
How's it going, man?
All righty. That I come in, it's a day like today. Let me show you. See that? See the windsock? It is a right quartering headwind and a nice little crosswind, probably a nice 7-knot component to the crosswind because, you know, you're landing on 2-3. I think the winds are 290 or somewhere around there. So it's a day where there's always that possibility that you can do a nice little side load, bend up some equipment, or do something with the nose gear. Nose gear collapses. Next thing you know, you've hit that propeller and that airplane is bent. You're fine. Airplane, no bueno. So here's the thing. Do I want Leading Edge coming after me to fix that airplane? Now, one of the things I will say is I've seen a dent. I was watching a video from Mike Ojo on his YouTube channel, and he was talking about some damage that he had on his aircraft. I believe it was at Sun and Fun. I'm not sure. But at any rate, very small dent. And as you can see here, I'll show some of that video. But that small dent was like $50,000 to repair. Okay, so I come in, I do a little something, I bend some landing gear or something like that, or heaven forbid I have a prop strike, right? Because things can happen. Or I land off field, you know, anything that can happen. And I bend the airplane. I don't want them coming after me because I'm gonna tell you right now, Leading Edge can do it if they want to, but a brother ain't got $50,000 or $100,000 or $150,000 to fix nobody's airplane. And so the idea of not having renter's insurance when you're renting, you know, any aircraft is just, you know, I think foolish. For that reason, because, you know, you can have some sort of mishap, you definitely want to have renter's insurance. But here's the other thing, and here's what's really crucial. You know that at any time you can have, you know, you've got one engine, and at any time that engine could quit on you. That's just the reality of general aviation and flying a single engine aircraft. That's just how it goes. And so my job, even if that engine stops, is to get the plane on the ground safely so that I can walk away. Because the old adage is true. Any landing that you can walk away from is a good landing. Now let's just say, look out here, okay? You see that building over there? Or no, let's just say these school buses, all right? So I come in, and for whatever reason, I'm taking off, and I'm going down the runway. Engine gives up on me. I turn around, and I have to land off field somewhere up there. All right, now I'm off field and I'm into that hangar down there. The owners of that hangar or those buildings or those school buses, guess who they're going to be looking to basically, you know, compensate them for their damages. Yeah, Leading Edge probably has some insurance on their airplane and all that kind of stuff, but they're also going to be looking to me in terms of, have I damaged their property or have I damaged anybody on the ground? And so for that reason, you should definitely have renter's insurance because things can happen. And the last thing you want is a personal property lawsuit that's filed against you that basically you have a judgment against you. Now, of course, you know, you probably won't be able to pay it. You know, you destroy a building. What building is hundred and something thousands of dollars or something like that, not going to happen, and you got this judgment hanging over you for the rest of your life, or you know, they're basically taking money from your tax returns, or however it ends up working out. It's not going to be fun. Let's just put it that way. So for that reason, just to deal with your personal liability issues, I implore you, if you are renting aircraft from any flight school, is that you have your own renter's insurance. Yeah, they're going to have insurance on the aircraft, so if something gets bent on it, they'll probably be able to figure out how to get it fixed and stuff. They still probably want to go after your insurance for some, you know, but the real issue is Even if you land on some farmer's back 40, you destroy some of the crops, they're going to be looking to you to figure out how to compensate them for the destruction of their property, be it personal or real property, once you've landed in the back 40. Yes, they'll be happy that you're fine and alive and all that kind of stuff, but they will definitely be trying to figure out, okay, now that I see that you're fine and you're uninjured, now I want to basically say, okay, who's going to pay for that destroyed property, be it real or personal? And that's the deal. So from my standpoint, renter's insurance is just as important as life insurance. It's just for the eventuality that if something happens, you're covered. Now, in terms of suggestions, what I would suggest is go on AOPA's website. I am a member. I would suggest that everybody who flies airplanes be a member, because they just have great resources, and there's things that they'll provide to you in terms of discounts for different insurances and stuff like that. It's just a good organization to be a part of because they advocate for pilots. And so that's a way that you can use your membership number to get insurance discounts, and hear more about different insurance companies, that kind of thing. So in the final analysis, here's my suggestion. Life insurance, yes, absolute must. Renter's insurance for aviators, absolute must. Anything you can do to cover yourself in the event of some thing that you had not anticipated, or flying airplane or aviation related, you definitely want to be covered. So that's just my 2 cents. I'll just leave that there. So anyway, thank you, Brother Anderson, for the suggestion, and hopefully I've answered your questions. If anybody has, things that they'd want to say or they want to counter, definitely leave a comment down below. I think it's a good discussion to have. If there's any seasoned veterans out there, you can talk about insurances. I know there's some people who own aircraft and their aircraft are not insured. I think that is nuts. Yes, insurance is extremely high. I know a friend of mine is paying like $7,000 a year to insure their aircraft. But trust me, they break something on that aircraft, it's going to be well over $7,000 to fix it. I'm just saying. So I think insurance in all aspects is just a good thing to have to cover yourself in the event that something happens and you're just going to be covered financially. All right, so that's it. Hopefully this answered the questions, or at least raised the issue for a good discussion. Definitely won't be doing too many more of these Wednesday uploads. If you have not joined the channel yet, definitely think about joining. It's a way to support the channel and support my efforts to introduce general aviation to as many people as possible. And I thank you for all the members that I have thus far. Thank you for buying merch. I thank you for the phenomenal support that I've been receiving. It's been awesome. All right, so with that, I'm out. Russ Kid, Russ can fly. I'll see you. Peace.